Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. I'm so excited for today's video because I'm just sitting down and playing with some makeup. I hadn't really sat down and played in a while and I wanted to play with some colors, so this is what I came up with and I'm actually really excited about the look. I think it's really cool and it's not something I would normally do, but I just wanted to challenge myself. I've never done any kind of cut crease like this or anything, so I really like it. If you guys want to see how I created this look, then just go ahead and keep watching. So I've already moisturized my face and I'm going to go in with primer. I've been recently trying out the Becca Evermatte Poreless Perfecting Primer. I got it at the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty sale. I've always wanted to try it out, so I decided to purchase it and try it out and see how I'm liking it. And so far, I'm really liking it. So yeah, I'm just going to be applying that in like my T-zone area so that I can mattify those areas and fill in those pores. I take such a small amount, like just that much. And I take it and I press it, because if you don't press it, it like balls up a little bit, which is odd, but that's what it does. So I'm going to take a little bit more. Okay, so now that I've got the face primed up, and I'll zoom you guys in so we can actually start on the eyes. So I'm going to be priming my eyes with the MAC Pro Longwear Paint Pot in Painterly and just setting down my lids with that. I've been more into this product recently and I've been loving it. I put a really thin amount on. I don't really put a lot on my eyelids, just enough to cover the whole area. And then I'm just going to take a bone colored shadow and set down my lids. The palette we're going to be using today is the OMBRE Cosmetics Volume 1 eyeshadow palette, and I'm going to be kind of using a lot of the shades in here today. I wanted to do a glam look, so I'm just going to be playing around and just playing with some colors. So the first shade I'm going to be taking is this yellow shade right here. I believe it's called Cocoa Taxi, and I'm just going to take that and really buff that out into my crease. And for that Cocoa Taxi shade, I'm going to be taking the shade on a Morphe M504. And then I'm going to be taking this bottom shade right here, and I'm going to be taking that on a Morphe M441. And I'm just going to be also buffing this in the crease, but just a little more concentrated. Then I'm going in with another M441 and I'm taking that first shade Cocoa Taxi and just blending out everything and making sure it's all super seamless. Okay, and then I'm going to be cutting my crease with Tarte Shape Tape. I've never done this kind of cut crease before, so I'm kind of nervous. But we're just doing it, so. Okay, so I've got those cut. They are not completely even, but that's okay. It doesn't need to be super precise, at least not to me. So I was just trying something new out and it worked okay, so I'm happy about it. So the first shade that we're going to be going into on the lid is this shade right up here in the corner, and it's called El Malacon. I can't pronounce that very well. So I'm going to take a brush. I don't believe that I'll need to wet my brush for these just because they are so pigmented. I'm going to take this on my inner corners. Okay, so we've got that first shade applied and it is so stunning. I absolutely love this color. I've used it many times, but I always just forget how incredible these are. These went on completely dry with a brush and they look amazing. So now I'm going to be taking the shade called Celia, I believe, and I'm just going to be taking this and putting this on the middle portion of my lid. This one definitely doesn't work as well on a dry brush as the first shade did, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and spray the brush just so we can get more intensity out of it. And I'm just going over the edges of the first shade so that they blend out. There's no harsh edges or anything. Okay, I'm actually going to go in with my finger with the shade. And then the last shade I'm going to take is the deep blue shade, which is called Veredetto. which I'm going to try this one first with a dry brush. See how it does. Okay, so I just cleaned up the edges, and this is so dramatic, but I am kind of living for it. It's definitely glam look. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back into the two transition shades, so Cocoa Taxi and Guantanamera, and I'm going to put those on a pencil brush, and I'm going to go over the crease where we cut, and I'm just going to kind of define the line a little bit so it's a little more defined. And then after I've defined that crease, I'm going to go in with just the burgundy shade called Guantanamera, and I'm just going to press that right up against crease. Now I'm just going to curl my lashes and put on some false lashes because I can't just wear my normal lashes with this look. And then I'll be right back. Okay, so I applied my lashes. I think it's time to get some more dramatic lashes for looks like these because it just doesn't, it's not dramatic enough. They're just not dramatic enough, but I still put them on. They're still there. They add something, you know. These are my favorite lashes just for dramatic looks, but this is like dramatic. So okay, so I've already applied my moisturizer and my primer, so now we're gonna go in with foundation. I'm actually using a new one that I haven't used on camera before. I picked this up during the Ulta 20 Days of Beauty as well, and I'm so excited to finally be trying it out. This is the Dermablend Flawless Creator Multi-Use Liquid Pigments, and I have mine in the shade 0N, and these are amazing. I have tested them out a few times, and I like it. I will wear this foundation especially when I'm not going to be out for a long time. It doesn't wear super well on my oily skin. It breaks up a little bit. But if you have more normal to dry skin, I'm sure you would love this. And the coverage is so beautiful. This is the most beautiful foundation when it's on. It looks like you have a filter on. It's so, oh, I can't even explain it. It's just, it's stunning. It's so beautiful. So I'm going to be applying this to my face today. And it's just like a little dropper. I think I'm going to use a brush today to blend it out. It's got a moussier texture. If you've tried the super full coverage, oh, what's the name of it? Dermacol. If you've tried the Dermacol foundation, it's got the same texture as that, but it's not as thick or as full coverage, but it still has great coverage, as you can see, and it's just so stunning on the skin. Makes you look like you have the most beautiful smooth skin ever. I will say the shade match is also a little off. This is very much so like pinky gray almost. So if that kind of looks odd on camera, which I can see from the viewfinder that it is, that's why. The next shade down was absolutely way too dark. So it just would not have worked. This is the better shade for me. And once it oxidizes and kind of settles into the skin, it does look better than it does right now. So just keep that in mind. So like I said, this is really good coverage, but it's not covering up my little acne bumps right here. So I'm just gonna dab over those. What else needs a little bit of extra covering? I think that's the only thing that really needs a little bit of extra coverage. I'm also going in with the Tarte Shape Tape once again underneath my eyes just to conceal everything. And then I'm going to be taking a new powder as well today. I talked about this the other day on my Instagram story, but I purchased the Beauty Bakery setting powder, which it says that it's a flower setting powder. So I'm super excited to try this out. And I'm going to be baking underneath my eyes. I'm going to be setting my smile lines. Okay, so I have you guys zoom back in because we're going to go and do the under eye. So I'm first going to go in with a Morphe M456, and I'm going to take the shades Cocoa Taxi and Guantanamera, and I'm going to mix those and put those underneath. I'm going to put those on my lower lash line. I think that's all we're going to do on the lower lash line, but I want to add a colorful liner in my waterline. And I think I want to go in with the Jordana Easy Liner in Sterling Blue. Just add a little bit of blue on the waterline. I think that'll be really pretty. And then I'm just going to add some mascara. I just need to find one that's in front of me. I'm just going to add the Telescopic Black Mascara. So my face is super powdery and it's also white, and we need to add some bronzer. But before I do that, I'm going to add some setting spray. So this is the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist, and just spray my face to melt in all the powders. Okay, so I actually forgot to put my inner corner highlight in and my brow bone, so I just took the first shade in the palette to do that. So what are we doing next? Oh, I sprayed my face, so now we're on to bronzer. For bronzer today, I think I want to use my Milani Silky Matte Sunlight Bronzer in the shade 01. I'm just going to be taking that on a Real Techniques Duo Fiber Face Brush. I'm back on this brush for my bronzer. It's just so good. I always forget. So I actually think I'm going to take a little bit of a contour today. I don't do that often, but because these eyes are just so dramatic, I feel like I need to add a little something. So I'm going to be taking my e.l.f. highlighting brush, and I'm going to be dipping into this Cover FX Perfector Face Palette in light and medium. And I'm going to be taking the contour shade in here and just lightly chiseling out my cheekbones, just slightly. So I'm going to spray my face again really quickly. We're going to do blush and highlight and then lips. So now we're going to do blush, and I'm going to take the Satin Touch blush in the shade 20 Satin Love from Essence. And I'm going to be taking that on a Luxie 522 tapered highlighter brush. This is my favorite blush brush ever. So good. Okay, and then for highlighter today, I'm actually going to go back into the OMBRE Cosmetics palette and take La Costa as my highlighter. And I'm going to take La Costa and take this on a Morphe 501 brush. My new favorite highlighting brush. Love it. I'm just going to be taking that on my cheekbones. My nose. Cupid's bow. Okay, and then for lip liner, I'm going to be taking the Mary Kay. I'm not sure, it's rubbed off. It's a lip liner, and it's just a nude pink lip liner. It's the one nearest to me, so that's what I'm going to use. And then for the actual lipstick, I'm going to be using the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in the shade London all over my lips. I love this combo, but I think I'm going to add a gloss. So I'm going to be adding the NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Praline. You know it's my absolute favorite. Okay guys, so this is the finished look. I absolutely love how it turned out. I wasn't sure at first. I was like, oh my goodness, I don't really like this eye. It's not really my type of look, but I really wanted to just play around with some color, challenge myself. Never done a cut crease like this, so I just wanted to try something new out because I hadn't really sat down and played with makeup in a little bit, so I'm really happy with how it turned out. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please make sure to give it a big thumbs up before you leave. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Once you have subscribed, please make sure to turn on the little bell notifications so you're notified anytime that I upload a future video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!